MotorWeek is made possible by RockAuto.com.
Hello and welcome again to MotorWeek 88. We're glad to have you with us. A few years ago, Oldsmobile was one of GM's most profitable divisions, but sales began to drop off for Olds last year. In the auto industry, there can be lots of reasons for falling sales, but we wonder if buyers are just Cutlassed out. Walk into any Olds dealer and you'll find as many as 5 different cars, all which go by the first name of Cutlass. This is the latest, the new front drive Cutlass Supreme, not to be confused with the Cutlass Supreme Classic, the rear drive car which this one in theory replaces. In addition to the name Cutlass and Supreme, this has a third name, International, and that makes it a Cutlass to remember.
No one is likely to forget a Cutlass that looks like this. Oldsmobile has replaced last year's sharp-edged rear driver with a wind-cheating front-wheel drive shape. It comes from the same design team that gave the record-breaking Aerotech its slippery curves. The nose is all rounded lines with compact lights. There's also an extra deep chin spoiler for the International Series car. The dual-tone color scheme of the International Series Cutlass includes aerodynamic rocker panel extensions. They add subtle flair without turning into full-blown side skirts. In the rear, the sloping roofline drops smoothly to a distinctive tail with prominent lights. It's rather nice to use the word distinctive about an Oldsmobile again. The I-Series look is rounded off with wire-style alloy wheels wearing Goodyear Eagle GT Plus 4 high-performance tires. The push for a distinctive yet tasteful look continues on the inside with good results. Olds has presented the International as a touring car that will appeal to the serious driver. So rather than use strictly digital gauges, Olds went with clear vacuum fluorescent faces that mimic analog readouts. They're better than digital, but they're still busy and take some getting used to. Dash material quality is not in keeping with the rest of the car. Some parts in our test car didn't fit together very well. On the positive side, control positions are much improved over last year. Our only real problem is with the stereo. Its high position makes for great visibility, but a long reach. The automatic climate control works with a set of well-marked buttons. They're easy to reach from the driver's position. The problem is, there's no vent position. If you want just air, you have to open a window. A 5-speed manual shifter is standard with the International Series. It's light and notchy, but not bad for a front drive shifter in a large domestic car. Seating comes in the form of tasteful cloth-covered buckets. Adjustments are extensive, with a manual recline and power for everything from height to lumbar, side bolsters, and even headrest. It's all very thorough and very comfortable. Move to the rear seat and you can add very unusual to the list. The I-Series features twin buckets instead of the standard bench. Legroom is better than average for a coupe. Headroom is a bit tight for taller folks. A handy center armrest with twin cup holders will be appreciated by the often neglected rear seat passengers. Other Supreme models have a conventional rear bench seat. Back at the tail again, we find a trunk with moderate liftover and more room than we usually expect in a coupe. With all this un-Oldsmobile-like innovation, we were surprised to open the hood and find a corporate 2.8-liter V6. At 125 horsepower and 160 pound-feet of torque, it's a bit small for such a large platform. We had hoped for the 3800 V6 or even the Quad 4, but the Quad is not yet scheduled to appear. At the rate that GM is deploying the Quad 4, it will be obsolete by the time that it is fully available. Despite all this, the Cutlass Supreme International still manages a 0 to 60 time of 9.1 seconds. Quarter mile takes 17 seconds at 79 miles per hour. Unfortunately, power runs out long before the tach hits its red line. We found substantial front-end shutter when launching. This is partly the fault of an awkward clutch pedal position that makes it hard to feather the pedal for a clean getaway. As for handling, the Cutlass reminds us of a large version of Chevy's Cavalier Z24. It plows gently, but will sling its tail if you lift off the gas at the proper moment. Steering is light feeling, as we'd expect in an Oldsmobile. but it's more accurate than the steering in most larger GM cars. Overall handling is pretty good, but more power would help here too. In emergency maneuvers, the car wallows lazily instead of blasting clear. We get a much better impression of the Cutlass Supreme International on the highway. Its smooth, soft ride and low 65 decibel interior sound level mark it as more a mature luxury car than a daring sportster. The 22 miles per gallon we got on our mileage loop is also in the big old sedan class. EPA estimates are a little more optimistic at 19 city and 29 highway. The mature feel carries over to braking. The four-wheel disc returned an excellent average of 103 feet from 55 miles per hour. But stability is poor, and the pedal lacks the feel necessary to avoid annoying right side lockup. ABS is a future option that is needed now. The Cutlass Supreme International starts at $15,644. Our fully loaded test car comes to $16,838. The Honda Prelude SI costs about the same, but offers better performance. It loses out badly, however, on passenger and luggage space. Ford's Thunderbird Turbo Coupe costs more and offers similar space for people and luggage, but it also offers standard anti-lock brakes and overall performance that equals that of a pure sports car. In our safety check, the Cutlass Supreme International passes with front passive restraints, 5-mile-per-hour bumpers, and radial tires. It misses rear shoulder belts and anti-lock brakes. Hits include the crisp, innovative styling, handsome, comfortable interior, generous room, and comfortable highway ride. Misses are a lack of horsepower, poor dash fit and radio position, and marginal gas mileage. It's not that the Cutlass Supreme is a marginal car. It isn't. It's actually a quite good car. It's just it won't appeal to most performance-oriented buyers. It will appeal to those buyers who want sporty good looks with all the comforts of home, which is to say, an Oldsmobile.